Good morning. My name is Jeremy Lesniak. This is First Cup with Jeremy for July 18th, 2018, and this is my first cup of coffee. Coffee's so good. I feel like this is crooked. It's gonna drive me a little crazy. Ooh. So if you're one of the two people who watch this show kind of when it comes out, you may notice that it's early. It's earlier than normal. It's, I don't know, about 6 a.m. Normally the show comes out around 6:30, and that's because I woke up early. And that's because I'm going to be at my desk early. And that's because I have a lot of work to do early. So I'm finally admitting that I am not productive in the afternoons. I'm productive in the morning. I get stuff done. And I need to maximize that morning time. I've actually read a lot of accounts and listened to podcasts with CEOs that I really look up to, people who have done amazing things and get a lot done. And quite a few of them wake up really early. So while my normal wake up time has been 6:30, today it was 5:30. And I'm going to do that until that doesn't feel like a big deal, and then I'll push that back to 5 and see how far back I can push it. Because I got to get more done. That's how this works. Yesterday I went to a seminar on hiring procedures, despite the fact that right now the team's in contraction, so we can get to profitability. But I'm always looking to improve my skills. The downside of this seminar is it was over an hour away. It was 3 hours. But at the same time, when I go somewhere, I'm just fidgety. When I go somewhere, when I go to something like this, it kind of shifts my mindset, and I find that I have all these ideas. I take a lot of notes, and I knew that going, and that's really why I went. The notes, the ideas I had almost had nothing to do with human resources, with hiring. But it was good. It was good to come up with this stuff, and now I've got a whole list of stuff that I need to take a second look at, that I need time to look at and decide how it fits into my very busy life. But for the first time, some of those ideas were around how to filter out what I shouldn't do. Now, I've heard a lot of people say that one of the keys to success is having a not-do list, or being much more discerning with what you will do versus what you won't do. My favorite quote on that is, if it's not a hell yes, it's a no. Only agree to do things that are amazing opportunities. Now, of course, some of the people I respect say the exact opposite: accept every opportunity. Welcome to First Cup, where you spend 10 minutes watching me yawn. This is today's mug. I've worn this one. I've used this one on the show. Shh, almost. Now you may speak. I'm down about the almost. I didn't even start at the shush, because hot coffee is hot. Cooled off here last night. It was like, oh crap. Hey, check this out. So this is my house. Hey, I can flip this around. Let's do this. This will be better. So welcome to my house out in the woods, where I have critters come by. I'm holding the tripod. Well, some people ask me, why do you live out in the woods 3 miles up a dirt road? This is why. Because sometimes early in the morning the deer come by. They spend enough time around people that, she can see me. She knows I'm here, but she's not really threatened. And you got the other one under the tree eating. So, and they're both gonna go off camera. It's kind of fun, right? A little more enjoyable than showing you a cat. I could sit there and watch those guys all day. There's a great photo I took a couple years ago of it. No, I don't think it was either of them. I think it would have been too long ago. Anyway, of a first-year fawn out in the backyard, beating on the trees, like up on her hind legs, beating the trees, eating the leaves, and pull them down, and eventually saw the bird feeder and came closer, tried eating some food out of the feeder, and the cat was on her perch in the window. And the deer came close enough that they pretty much smelled each other. It was within 2 feet. They were within 2 feet of each other, and neither one knew what to think of the other. It was pretty fun. So I've got this great image focused on the deer, with the cat a bit unfocused in the foreground. And unfortunately there's a screen in between, so it's not terribly clear, but it's a fun story to a photo. I've seen turkeys and moose, and there are woodchucks, of course squirrels and birds. And I even had a bear destroy one of my bird feeders. I didn't get to see it, but the deer are really the most common kind of, I want to say exciting, because I don't know if it's exciting anymore, but she can hear my voice and she's not quite sure where it's coming from or what to think of it. All right, so here we are, it's 8 minutes in. I've drank coffee and you've seen some deer through my window. Exciting, right? This is why I tuned in the first cup. So if I think about that seminar I went to yesterday, if we relate that to martial arts, there's a lot of ways we can do it. It can be thinking about martial arts, which I talked about recently. It can be attending seminars, kind of literally. It can be training with other people. But I think the thing I'd like you to consider is that she's getting closer. I think the thing I'd like you to consider is that you know what makes you fired up. You know what helps you grow and develop. It doesn't have to be the same as what works for everyone else. And you should spend some time doing it. You should make it a priority. If you know that you get fired up reading books, read books. If you know you get fired up when you get alone time to sit and think, do it. If you get fired up over a cup of coffee, sitting in your robe, talking to strangers, showing them deer out your window, do that. But find where that passion comes from and make it happen. So that's really all I've got, but I'm going to try and show you some more of the deer. So, if watching the deer does not interest you, feel free to call it quits here. All right, I'm going to take this out of the tripod. No, that's the wrong button to do that. There we go. Guys. You can see the one in the back sees me. She's not quite sure what's going on. Hi guys. I talk to them. My hope is that eventually they'll become a bit desensitized to me and they won't mind. In fact, on my birthday, they were outside. I'm pretty sure it was these two. And as I walked out and I crouched down, one of them came closer to me, started walking towards me. I'm 39 years old. I've never had deer come towards me, except in the car. This is like a really light version of a National Geographic show. Oh, that's really jittery, I'm sorry. Oh, you see the horns on the front one? That is not a female. It's a baby boy. Alright, my arm's getting tired and I want to go drink more coffee. So, thanks for coming by. I hope you enjoyed Jeremy's first Cub Wild Kingdom. And I'll see you tomorrow. Peace.